The Recovery Space is an organization located in Bemidji focused on harm reduction and helping people with substance use disorders. When hundreds of people in the Bemidji area were without power due to the major storm last month, the Recovery Space stepped out into the community to help. Our reporter Sydney Dick has more.
The Recovery Space has plenty on their plate for community aid, but when Bemidji was rocked by a storm and thousands suddenly found themselves unprepared and in need, the organization turned their attention elsewhere.
We've been really focused on feeding people. People are hungry, and there's no better way to serve the community and meet mutual aid needs than to feed people.
These efforts to feed people came in several different fashions, from home delivery to collecting food donations and setting up massive free community picnics last week.
And we served probably 350 people that first night, and we served over 500 the second night, contained of all community donations.
Food came from food banks, churches, big corporations, and community members pitching in as much as they were able.
I could light up all day long. It was so amazing to see the community come together, especially in ways that, we wouldn't see on a daily basis. Sometimes it does take a disaster or something to really put it into perspective just how important our neighbors and our community members are.
Showing up to the picnic and seeing elected officials and city officials and those who are leaders in our community also showing up to both provide support and receive services, it was a really powerful thing. It was a great reminder that we're all facing something right now, no matter where we sit normally.
And while performing these services, the Recovery Space found more long-term issues.
We are one disaster away from a lot of people being without a lot of things. And so this disaster did a phenomenal way of highlighting where we still have, some needs to improve, but also the things that we're excelling at.
And they have also seen an increased need for safe use supplies in the community, showing that even during disaster, harm reduction is still as important as ever.
Our naloxone box that sits on the steps of the wolf shelter, and that is always stocked with safe use supplies, Narcan, intramuscular and nasal Narcan. That continues to stay active at all times. That is always stocked in our community for anyone to come take from.
Reporting from Bemidji, I'm Sydney Dick, Lakeland News.
One other thing the Recovery Space has been working on is connecting people with who they need to talk to get help, such as pointing them to community resource connections or the United Way.
Lakeland News is a nonprofit news organization. Donate to Lakeland PBS today to support your local news team.